Today I want to share with you some of the results of 3 campaigns that we ran in the last year that you can replicate. I'm going to share with you the numbers, I'm going to share with you how much we spent, what our conversion numbers were, how much we earned off these campaigns. I've selected these 3 campaigns because I think they're easy to replicate. I think anyone could do a version of these, maybe a scaled down version, but I think they're easy to set up, easy to run. Almost any business could replicate these 3 campaigns. And I want to share with you what we did, what are the numbers, and how you might do the same sort of thing. So let's get into it. Okay, so campaign number 1 is the Key Person of Influence scorecard. We have been running this campaign year after year after year for 7 years, I think. And I'm going to give you 2 years worth of data on this campaign. So let me just quickly explain what it is. A Key Person of Influence scorecard is the online assessment where people can answer 40 questions, a lot of questions, and then they get a score on their 5 Ps. The Key Person of Influence methodology has 5 Ps: pitching, publishing, product profile, and partnership. What we did is we set up an assessment. There are 5 questions for each of the 5 Ps, plus some bonus questions for how you're performing. And all of that goes into your Key Person of Influence score. So you can see on the landing page, it's pretty clear. Key Person of Influence scorecard, benchmark your ability to influence in a leadership or business context. Tells you a little bit about what that's for. And let's go through some of the numbers. So this particular landing page had 18,500 visitors to it over 2 years. So what, about 9 and a bit thousand every year. And mind-blowing, 39% conversion, right? Now, I know a lot of campaigns that don't get 4% conversion. This got almost 40% conversion. So out of 18,500 visitors to that page, 7,200 start the quiz and 6,000 finish the quiz. Now that makes sense because we're asking people 40 questions. So it doesn't surprise me that there's a bit of a drop off. So 1,200 people dropped off. They didn't complete the quiz, but we still got all their name and their detail and all of that information. We sent them an email inviting them to come back as well. But 6,000 people completed the quiz. So where did that traffic come from? Most of that traffic was organic traffic. So we had blogs, we had social media campaigns, we had a few different sites set up. None of this was advertising traffic because I wanted to keep it fair and replicatable for you. Most of it was organic traffic from various sources across the internet. So over the 2 years, with 6,000 leads, I had a look and it generated on average about £1,000 per day worth of revenue. So something like £775,000 came in off the back of just that one campaign with organic traffic, 39% conversion, 6,000 leads, £775,000 worth of revenue over 2 years, about £1,000 per day on average just coming through that one campaign. So how could you utilize this? Think about an assessment that your business could run. Your customers, they want to achieve a certain outcome, a certain desired result that they want. And in order to begin that journey, they want to self-assess whether they're likely to hit that outcome, what they need to do to get that outcome, their strengths or their weaknesses in order to get that thing that they want. You're going to give them 20, 30, 40 questions to answer. And when they answer those questions, they get a customized result and then they can alter their behavior based on what they learn. And this is a super powerful high conversion campaign. You can see here 39% is not normal. Most campaigns for lead generation get about 3 or 4% conversion. This gets 10 times that, 39%. So people love filling in scorecards. They love quizzes and assessments to learn something about themselves. This is a campaign that every business should have. If you haven't set up a scorecard campaign so far, get the book Scorecard Marketing, get a free trial at scoreapp.com and start the process of setting up this kind of campaign. You're going to absolutely love the warm, qualified leads that come through this campaign. So over the 2 years, with 6,000 leads, I had a look and it generated on average about £1,000 per day worth of revenue. So something like £775,000 came in off the back of just that one campaign with organic traffic. Hopefully you get some traffic to it and start making £1,000 a day every single day, 365 days a year off of this kind of campaign. Let me quickly interrupt. If you're enjoying this content and you love the idea of standing out in a noisy marketplace and scaling up your business, I'm running a little workshop that I'd love for you to come along to. I mentioned the workshop in this video, and actually I'd love to invite you to the workshop so that you can have a look at how we have been helping companies to stand out, scale up for the last 15 years. I think you'll get a lot of value around differentiation and productization in this particular workshop. There'll be a link that you can register below. Check it out, and I look forward to seeing you at the workshop. Now back to the video. Okay, campaign number 2 is the online web class. So this was a live event that we ran on Zoom. We ran it many times throughout the year, almost every week or every other week. And it was pretty simple. We just invited people to come to a Zoom class. They register for the Zoom class. They answer a few questions to register. And then we just repeated the exact same presentation over and over and over again. I must have delivered 40 of these in 2024. So let's have a look at how we marketed it. So on this particular landing page, you'll see that we had 13,000 people hit the landing page. And of 13,000 visitors to the page, 3,500 people actually went ahead and registered. They put all their information in. 100 dropped off when we asked them a few questions. So we asked 5 questions and we ended up with 3,400 fully registered people from that landing page. Now that comes in at 27% conversion. Now, I don't know what your experience level is with marketing landing pages, but 27% is once again out of this world. Most campaigns, most landing pages get a 2 to 4% conversion rate. This has 27% conversion rate. These landing pages convert just in a way that is mostly unheard of. Where did the traffic come from? Now, this campaign was actually mostly ads. So for this particular landing page, we generated leads at £9 per lead, which is about £30,000 to get 13,000 leads. So in US dollars, we're talking about $40,000, I guess. And that was what we would have spent to drive that traffic there for those 13,000 visitors and those 3,400 people who registered for the event. Now, knowing the numbers, I know that we did about £438,000 worth of sales from this particular landing page, which works out at about £1,200 per day, every day of the week, 365 days of the year. So once again, pretty well spent. We spent about £30,000 or 40,000 US dollars to generate over $500,000 or £438,000 worth of new business. Now, mind you, we didn't just do that campaign. We actually replicated that landing page with multiple different speakers. You would have seen that event run with Glenn or with Mike or with Topher, and they got similar results as well. So it's not the Daniel Priestley brand, it's actually replicatable across other presenters as well. But it's a good landing page, it's a good solid video and a script, and it gets a great conversion. It's certainly well worth the money spent on advertising in order to generate that revenue. So another great campaign. I would love for you to be thinking about what introduction presentation you could run in the year ahead and repeat it, perfect it, repeat it again, and then you can just run ads to that every single week or every other week. You've got hundreds of people showing up, wanting to get an introduction to what you do, to learn more about what you do, and then ultimately to buy from you. So the third campaign I want to share with you is a campaign that we ran called The Blueprint. Now this is called a mini course, and a mini course is where people opt in to receive a series of short videos. I think in this case, we did about 20 minutes worth of high quality content on the back end, and then a 1 or a 2 minute video explaining why you would want to access that. It's a high converting landing page. You can see that this is going to be a mini course that teaches you how 6,000 businesses have attracted high quality leads. So let's look at the data for this mini course. For the mini course, we had 59,000 visitors to the website. Mostly that was organic traffic. So people coming from search engine optimization, from some social media. And also we did have advertising running to other pages. And if people left those pages, they might have come across the blueprint as well. But all up, 59,000 people visited that landing page. Out of the 59,000 people who came and visited that landing page this year that's just gone, 17,000 people started the process of registering for the blueprint, and 16,000 people completed all the questions. So what do I mean by all the questions? We did name and email and all of that information at the beginning. Then we asked people 5 questions in order to access the video. So we lost 1,000 people who didn't want to answer those questions. Fair enough. But the overall conversion was 29%. So 29% of the visitors who came to the landing page completed the registration and got access to the blueprint. That's an amazing conversion. Almost a third of people who land on that page end up becoming a warm qualified lead. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that we know, because it's a tech company, we know exactly how many accounts were created from there. So out of 16,000 people who then went through to see the video, 6,136 people created a free account with ScoreApp. 3,003 people created a live scorecard off the back of it. So about half the people who created a free account actually went live with a campaign. And then 1,318 people are still paying customers today. So that works out at about £66,000 per month, monthly recurring revenue, every single month on average from that campaign. So 59,000 people hit the website, and out the other end, we have a £66,000 a month revenue stream from this campaign. So it's one of many campaigns that we ran, but it's a particularly good example of how a mini course can be a powerful evergreen marketing tool to help to educate people as to why they can work with you. And I think what this shows is that the education part is really, really powerful, because we can see that more than half the people who created a free account were able to go live with a marketing campaign there. So it's really worth considering how you could educate your market so that they know more about how to use your products and services and get the value from your products and services, and then they feel more confident in buying. One of the things that I know to be true from working with thousands of businesses is that if people knew what was in your head, they would be more confident to buy. But they're not mind readers. They have to be able to understand what you know so that they can confidently buy. One of the best ways to communicate your knowledge is through a mini course. It's evergreen, it's always online. People can opt in, get 20 to 30 minutes worth of special content. They get that education, they learn those gaps of knowledge, and then they're ready to buy from you. So this is a super powerful campaign. So there we have it, 3 campaigns that were pretty successful. Each one of those campaigns generating more than £1,000 per day, $1,500 per day at least. Those campaigns run on autopilot. They're highly repeatable. We've had them running for between 1 and 2 years each. And these are campaigns that you could set up as well. If you want to see the templates that we use, you can go to scoreapp.com, check out the template library, and you can start running these campaigns pretty easily yourself. Once they're set up, you can perfect them, tweak them, and then let them run for a year or 2 at a time. And then you can see the benefits of those kind of campaigns that are out there working for you every single day of the week. Oh, by the way, all of the campaigns, you can find the links below. And why don't you actually go through the process of actually registering for each so that you can see the entire campaign in action as a user? Right, so register for the blueprint, take the KPI scorecard, and have a look at how these campaigns work. I hope that's been useful. What did you find interesting about those numbers? Leave me a comment below. I read every single comment. I'd love to know what you took away from this video. Also, you may want to forward this video to someone who's been struggling with their marketing so they can see some campaigns and the numbers associated with those campaigns as well. Give this video a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.